Hello traders, this is David from Wave Trader. Today I want to show you how I do my top-down analysis on 1 to 4 currency pairs that I'm currently looking at. I'm planning to buy in all of them, and I want to show you how I go through my thought processes. So the first one that I'm going to look at is the USD Cad. So this is the weekly chart, and for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about a month and a half now, the market has been strongly bullish. Were you to look at the dollar index, you will see that it is currently bullish. So that means that we are primarily going to be buying the USD CAD. So from the weekly chart, I have a look and I see that we have a strong bullish trend going on here. So let me go down to the daily chart and see how I can get into this move. So where we are right now shows me that this is a sort of this is a fourth wave. Okay, if we start from below here, this is the first wave, the second, third, and we are gyrating in the fourth wave. So I saw this, and my plan is to find a way to get in. Ordinarily, I do not advise going into the market during a fourth wave, but because I use the retracement method a lot now, so I've discovered that it's still possible to get in with minimal stress, so to speak. So this is the daily chart, and even though the MACD seems to be getting ready to turn, I just believe that it's because of the fourth wave, and once this wave is over, we are going to have the fifth wave. So going to the 4-hour chart here, this is what I'm seeing. Okay, so I could have used this point here as my first point and here as my second. Okay, I'm taking my profit target, but I'll rather just take these 2 points. Okay, so by plotting the APAC here, because this point is actually lower than here by a pip, so by plotting my APAC here, you can see that we have price targets up into this level. And when I analyzed it earlier this morning on the daily chart, I can see that we have a good place to get out of the trade here, okay, because of the strong area of support and resistance there. So that means that I'm going to be deciding on either the second or the third profit target level. So most likely I'm going to take the second. Okay, so from where I'm planning to get into the market to the second target is about 141 pips, so it's not so bad. The third target will give me 158 pips, but I think I'm going to be happy with 140 pips anyway. So now what I'm trying to do is find an entry point, and this is how I do it. I go as low as I need to go until I can find a place where I can go in using a 55% retracement limit entry. Okay, so the 55% region here, it's in between the 50 and the 61.8, somewhere there. So I put an order there, buy limit for 1 micro lot. This is just so that if the market activates my order, I don't have to panic too much about how much I'm going to risk, which is going to be about 28 pips. Okay, so once the market turns and begins to head up, then I will enter with my normal lot size, probably 1 or 2 lots, and keep adding to the lot sizes as I go. So that's the analysis of the USD CAD. So I believe it's going to go up. Okay, what it's doing right now is just the retracement. Most likely it will turn at this level here, or go lower to this level, but it doesn't really make any difference because it's already started its upward move. Okay, so I'm just going to watch and see what happens. So the next one is the USD Mexican, and just by eyeballing on the weekly chart, you can see that trend is up. Okay, let me just go to the monthly and show that to you. the trend is up right now, okay, and we just bounced off a strong area of support with that let me see, with this spinning top here, and you can see that the next candle is bullish, okay. So that means throughout this month of August we've been strongly bullish. So from the weekly chart you can see a very strong and very valid looking wave bottom, which I believe I made a video of this a couple of days back. So by plotting my APAC here, you can see that we have price targets up to the previous area of resistance. So that's the second target. It's not so easy to determine the number of pips because of how the USD Mexican is written. What's this? It's a lot of numbers there, but I guess we are talking about probably between 2 to 400 pips. I think up almost 400 pips or so. Of course, I'm not going to place my trade and expect it to go there immediately, but at least I know that the market is going to go there eventually, okay. So what I intend to do is to take my profits every couple of days or so. So MACD is crossed and going up, and this arrow here tells me that the two EMAs that I normally use, the 21 and the 5, that means they've crossed. I don't need to plot them anymore to see that the cross has occurred. So we know that the trend is going up. So what we're concerned about now is entry. So let's go to the daily chart and have a look. Now this is the daily chart, okay. Of course, when you begin to see a lot of fluctuations like this, you can actually get confused, but what you would do is to just relax, calm yourself, and wait for a good entry point. And what I usually do now is I just wait for retracements, okay. So I've seen the daily chart, and you can see that there was a major retracement here and price moved up, and then there's another one here, and then price is just about to move up. MACD is still trending up. So let's go to the 4-hour and have a look. And on the 4-hour chart, you can see what is going on. So the retracement seems to have ended here, and the upward move has begun. And so how I entered this trade, yesterday, I was watching the USD Mexican pair for all of yesterday, okay. I watched it from this region all the way to somewhere around here, okay. So what I did was I believe this is what I did. I found the 55 retracement area, okay, which is somewhere, okay, where I placed this order here. So I placed a limit order using 1 micro lot, and then I placed a buy stop above. So this morning, when I looked at my charts, I discovered that the market had actually activated my order here and was on the way up. And I've placed two, I believe, yeah, 2 extra orders. So a total of 4 lots on the USD Mexican, okay. So whatever is going on here now is just traders chopping wood. The market is going to go up, and my price targets, I believe, are somewhere, okay. So taking this as my first level and this as my second, this is where I took my order. The first target, of course, I believe that once the market reaches somewhere in that region, or even before then, there will be another major retracement, and I'll wait, and then I'll enter again. So that's the USD Mexican. Next up is the Gbp Chf Pair. So the Gbp Chf Pair, this is a counter trend buy, but as you can see, this is a weekly chart, so I still have the potential to make some pips before the market decides to resume its downward move. And how I know this is by taking the retracement level of this area from this point to here, okay. Let's see, let me do the second one so you can see. Okay, so you can see where the 55% retracement area is, somewhere in this region. So from that place to where the market is currently, that's about 111 pips. So even though you can tell that the overall trend is down, and this is just a bounce, the bounce is still good enough to make some pips from, okay. So that's how I look at it. Let's go down to the daily chart and see what we see. Okay, so on the daily chart, you can see that price has already given us a wave bottom situation here. First level, second, third. Okay, so we are just about to begin the third wave in this counter trend move. Okay, and you can see that the MACD has crossed, and even though there's no crossover yet on the EMAs, that's still okay, because just using price action we can tell that there's still a little bit of upward potential here. So on the 4-hour chart, this is the 4-hour chart, you can see what's going on. So this is the first level, the second, and then the third is just beginning. Now remember, this is a counter trend move, so I don't really expect it to go that high, but even if it gets to this resistance area here, that's the 50% retracement area. Okay, from there to where price is currently 58 pips, well, it's still okay for a trade, you know. So let's take the APAC to this level here and see what that will give us. One moment, I have to delete all the calculations. Okay, so taking this small wave bottom, okay, this is what I see. Let me go to the 1-hour chart and you can see it better. All right, so see, the market has already started its upward move. Now I missed the opportunity to get in here. I actually saw the trade. Okay, I saw this trade, and I actually even put a limit order here, because if we take the retracement of this point, see, at the 55 to 62% retracement area, the market turned back. I actually placed an order in between the 50% and the 62%, but for some reason I can't really say, I just changed my mind. Okay, I can imagine my disappointment when I came back about 30 minutes later and I saw that the market had actually reversed and was going up. So I moved my limit order here, hoping for a retracement entry, but so far I've missed this trade. So even though I was right in the direction, I've missed this trade as far as I'm concerned. So there's no point in trying to get into this one right now, except if I see another major retracement down to this level, and then I will take it. So, but what I believe is that the market still has potential to get to probably at least the third target and probably the fourth, but I'll be happy to take from the third. If I had entered from here, that would have given me about 84 pips. Now it's only going to give about 40 pips. Is still not bad. So I'm looking at it, I'm watching it. Okay, and you can see my limit orders here. There's one here and there's one here. I'll just delete this for now, and I'll leave this here. So when it begins another retracement, I would take the retracement of this point probably to, okay, for now, and so that's where I will wait for price. Okay, so the third, or is it the fourth? It is the first, the second, the third. Okay, the next one is the Aussie New Zealand pair. Okay, so this is the Aussie New Zealand pair on the weekly chart, and you can see that we've had a very strong bullish trend going on here. Okay, all the parameters have been met. The EMAs have crossed by this arrow, signifying that MACD has crossed, pointing up. Okay, and for those of you who are familiar with divergence, we actually have divergence here. I don't teach divergence per se, but I know about it. So we have a good divergence move here, a positive divergence. So, and of course we have a 1 2 3 here, or a wave bottom. Okay, so everything points to a bullish move here, and you can see that the price targets are there. Even if I decide to go for the third or the second, let's say the second, to where we are now, that's about 109 pips. So I saw this and I decided to look for an entry point. This is the daily chart. We're still bullish. MACD is trending strongly upward. Let's go to the 4-hour chart and have a look. So you can see here, everything points to a bullish trade right now. So there's no point in thinking of selling. The only thing you can tell yourself is, how do I get in? Okay, so I placed an order here hoping for a retracement to the 50% and I missed it. So, but that's not a problem. All I have to do is keep going. This is the 15-minute chart. All I have to do is go lower, okay, and the market will retrace and I'll get in. So my target will be, I'll take the first target for now. That's still reasonable. That's about 60 pips from where the market is currently. That's not bad. So what I'm doing right now is just waiting for a retracement, okay? So once the price retraces, let's see, it hasn't begun the retracement per se, but I'll move my order to this level here and wait for it. Okay, so all we have to do is just wait for a retracement and get in and make our pips. So that's how I do my top-down analysis. And like I always say, all you need to do, you don't need to make your trading difficult. Just find a currency pair that you can see with your eyes trending either upward or downward strongly, okay? And then you begin to go lower and look for an entry point. It's that simple. Trading doesn't have to be complicated at all. Once you do that, you get more pips, okay? You minimize your risk and you have peace of mind. So I hope that this video is helpful to someone out there, and happy trading, guys. Thank you.